Welcome to Modern Warfare. Today I got a wholly unbiased look at my favorite shotgun in the game, the R9-0. Now before we get into this, if you're liking the content, you just want to help a struggling young content creator succeed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Don't like begging for that stuff, it goes against my pride, but you kind of need to in the current YouTube system, so you know how it is. Also, I'd love for suggestions for other guns I should take looks at, or setups I should test out, testing out perks, miss-busting, any of that stuff. Leave suggestions in the comments. I'll definitely take a look at that. I read all of those. So yeah, the R9-0 shotgun is a semi-auto pump-action shotgun with 2 barrels. You get 2 shots, bum, and then you just rechamber both of them at once. Very, very high burst damage output. It's got good sustain output too, but it's kind of split up, okay? So, high magazine size, all that jazz. Attachment-wise, muzzle brakes, you're looking at monolithic suppressor and choke being your 2 main ones. It's going to give you the most use out of those. If you want a suppressor, might as well get the range out of it. If you want minimal loss, the choke is very potent. For the barrels, Gemini is basically worthless. It hurts you almost universally. Sentry is a crazy powerful attachment. Easily the best thing for this gun. Lasers, I'm partial to the 5MW laser because hip firing is pretty good on this weapon, and sprint to fire speed is very powerful. If you just want the sprint to fire speed and don't want the visible laser, then this one's also good as well. Optics are to taste. I would suggest them if you plan on aiming down sights with this thing. So if you use slugs or don't use the laser sight, definitely throw a sight on there. Personal favorites are the Corp Combat Hollow sight and then the Cronin C480 Pro optic for slugs. Pumps, not really very powerful, wouldn't really recommend unless you have a set build in mind. Perks, you're going to look at sleight of hand being your main option. Now it's going to allow you to have a lot more uptime in combat and be less taken advantage of when you're reloading. Fully loaded is very good if you aren't running scavenger or ammo box. Then FMJ is good if you want to use this thing more to chunk down juggernauts and or turrets, little tank boys rolling around, all that jazz. But I would generally go with sleight of hand. Rear grips don't give you a huge amount. I'd say sprint to fire speed is the most important, so stippled grip's going to be your best option. They're not that great anyway, though. Tube extensions is totally pointless. Hurts your mobility and doesn't really give you much in the way. You got a huge ammo capacity by default, so it's not really much of an increase. Slug rounds are niche. If you want to build for slugs, you can. They aren't like an upgrade, so to speak, so you can't just throw them on a build to get an upgrade. These are things you have to very specifically build for, but they're not bad. Underbarrel more foregrips is the only one that I can think of using. If you're using slugs, you're going to want that recoil control and the aim down sight speed. Negative movement speed doesn't hurt if you're using a slug build. If you're not using a slug build, forget about grips. Just don't use them. They're not worth using. So, let's take a look at some builds I got going on right now. This is a standard meta lore build. Choke, Sentry, Laser for reaction time, Corp Combat Hollow Sight for a little bit of a sight picture, and then Sleight of Hand for reloading. Second one is a hipfire only class. We got the 5MW laser, stippled grip for the reaction time, Sentry, choke, and sleight of hand. For the third one, this is a sniper class. We got the monolithic suppressor, Sentry, Merc foregrip, slug rounds, and a pro optic. This is the naked one, and then this is the close range slug one. So we got a little more recoil control here. We have tac laser to give us aim down sight speed and stability, combat hollow sight, and then slug rounds. I will be testing out this gun versus the unmodded 725 partway through, but let's get right into this, testing this out. I have been asked, not by someone who watched the videos, I was actually asked by someone who I know personally about why I always do this on Speedball. Speedball 3-bot recruit is kind of a good baseline testing ground. If it's going to struggle versus that, it's not worth using. And Speedball having it the same map every time means you have a lot of consistency. Before we get into this, I want to show you a neat little trick with shotguns that I noticed. And this is, I think, mostly unknown. This is hip fire when you're standing, hip fire when jumping. Quite a bit tighter. Goodness. See, even he's good at that gun. I meant to have this as TDM with bots, but we'll make it work. So be a little more aggressive to keep up with them killing each other. You can see the output's quite nice, and that sleight of hand reload speed's not bad. I'm not really... Dang, yeah. I don't know how I feel about the recoil's a little bit high. Like, it doesn't look high, but it feels high, and you will often miss second or third shot if you're spamming it. So be careful to give it a little bit of recoil control. And this is great for clearing up. Yeah. You can see right here. Same shotgun I'm using. Look at this range right here. Yeah, it's a bot. You can see it's pretty efficient. That 2-tapper quick setup, not bad. Let's pull out the hipfire only one. See, still tightens when you jump. Now on controller, I played a little bit on PC and tried it out. It's definitely usable to PC. On controller, especially without a pro controller, it's less efficient, I'm gonna say. It's doable mainly, but I'm gonna suggest keep your feet on the ground. Keep yourself in control of what's going on. You can see right here, it's just incredible. Yeah. Its ability to just deal with groups of enemies is basically unrivaled. Let's try to get this guy stuck a little bit. Come here. There's 2 shots from that range. I missed the second one. 2 shots from there. I think the point's pretty clear. This thing, very potent. Let's break out one of those slug shotgun builds. Yeet. Alright, so slugs. Right there. Headshots will always one-tap. Dang it. Man, that was some rough aim. But you can see the accuracy on this setup is not awesome. Slugs have a lot of drop and bullet time. So it's going to take a little patience. But you hit upper chest. You're gonna kill. Oh goodness. Oh, that's interesting. That was like a score. Yeah, if you aim right, you will drop people with this. Yeah. But it's not idiot proof. But a good aim. It's like the snake shot. Not the snake shot. The revolver without snake shot. You can clean people up, but you're gonna need to be patient and be practical. Something weird about the sight is the sight isn't always, because it's got a lot of drop, it's like firing a Nerf dart. Sometimes you have to aim up below where you want to hit, because you can see it like jumps up a little bit. So you're gonna hit like aim for the upper ring for some ranges. Come on, you're dead as fuck. This is my, as for sniping, I said I like this shotgun for slugs. I like the other one for sniping. This is my least favorite shotgun for slugs, due to the fact that it's very, put that right there. The problem is the effective range for slugs is about 30 meters, and that's also kind of the effective range for the buckshot. If you can 2-shot from decent range with buckshot, why would you use slugs? So this is the naked one. I'm getting dumpstered by these bots right now, but I want to show you how this thing performs naked versus a 725 naked, so you can kind of judge which one's better from what you see. You can also just use naked yourself. I would appreciate if you did that, because, you know. Alright, let's get one more little stretch going. Try to get a little more bit of a kill streak. Where are you? Right there. Not the best one. See, the range is definitely much more limited without that choke. It was about a 4-shot. Just count the misses. Yeah, it's gonna. Dang it. Alright. But the up close range doesn't really. Not range. Damage doesn't change much. That guy was extremely hurt, but that is not a good look for how these weapons compare. So that's 2. And that was at the same range. It took me 4 shots. So you can still 1-shot. It was not reliably 1-shotting from that range. So we'll say this one definitely still has a better 1-shot range. Yeah, right there. That's about as far as you can get a clean 1-shot. That was a headshot with some of those. But the one-shots are less reliable now, so that's good. And we're seeing... Yeah. So yeah, I didn't one-shot there with a clean headshot. Almost dead, though. And then we're going to try to back up a little bit and try snipe this thing. 2 shots right there. Clean. Point blank. Yeah, so it took the 3rd shot to kill a guy. So from the same range, it was taking us 4 shots with the R7. It's taking us 3 shots with this thing. That guy was hurt. A couple shots there. I wonder how this will work. Yeah, and the hipfire spreads. You can see here. Let's shoot. No. Clearly tighter when jumping. Or try something else. Damn it. We're gonna try the ADS spread. Standing versus jump. That's standing. Huh. Seems pretty comparable. Not much of a difference. He was hurt, but still not bad. Yeah, so this one definitely has slightly more effective range still, but considering this is the sniper shotgun and this is the spam close range shotgun, I'm not going to say that's a big deal. You still get, like, those 2 shots come out much faster in this thing. Reload's a bit more intrusive. ADSing isn't as essential. So yeah, I'm gonna say they're at worst equal, and I definitely lean towards the shotgun. It's just overall a very potent killing machine. It's the ultimate pub stomper. And it's just, man, it's easy. It's easy, it's fun, it's satisfying, gives you a great sense of satisfaction. That's about it. I appreciate you watching. All that jazz, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that shizzle. Taking suggestions for the next gun I should do, so hit me up with those. That's about it. Deuces.